Alright, so now that you've got the basics of how to set up your account, the next thing I usually do is I save a copy and I put my congregation name and accounts and the year. That way it keeps it separated from the blank form, which you can use for the next year. Because if you have to go back through and erase all this information on each sheet, that gets a bit on the tedious side. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and do April's accounts so you can see how to do all of this. So click to the April tab, and of course since this is my sheet, I've already got March in there, and so the balance forward is already in, and that fills all the rest of this in. So really that's the only part that you need to start is the balance forward. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to put in uh, our contributions and our deposits and the stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out, and the first thing that we have is the receipts. So I group mine by how many receipts I have and then by the deposits. So the first one is 3-3, and so I've got two deals on that for the worldwide work for the congregation boxes. So I'll do a 3-3 and a 3-3, and then I've got another deposit or another receipt for another meeting, and that was 3-7 and 3-7. And then I've got another one for 3-10. So we'll do 3-10. And the last one is for our deposit, which is also on 3-10. And so you notice how it changes the date for you. So we know this is deposit, so we'll just go ahead and bring this down to deposit to the checking account. If it's to a different account, then of course we'll have to change that. But this is for the checking account. And so now you need to fill in what each of these transactions are. So if you go over here, you notice the drop down. So the first one on this one is worldwide work. Next one is congregation boxes. And then on our next sheet is worldwide work and congregation boxes. Obviously ours and Shiner are pretty simple. Yours can probably get quite complicated. And then the next one is the congregation boxes. Alright, so now we're going to put in our amounts right here. Notice that it automatically codes what each thing is supposed to be, so that way you don't have to worry about that either. So we've got $10. You just put it in. If it's got a decimal, it'll automatically put it in, or you can just type the whole number and it automatically assumes that it's at no cents. And so 50, 134, and then the last one was 2000. Alright, so you've got all of your receipts in. Now you need to show how much is going into your checking account. So you need to click over into the receipts out column under the deposit to checking account, and we want to add all of these to go into this box. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use an equation in order to add all those, so that we don't have to just add them and put a number in. So that way if we change anything, it automatically updates and we don't have to mess with it. So the deal for a formula is you hit equal, and that tells that you want a formula, and then we're going to type in S, and so it brings the recently used ones, and what we want is sum. It'll also be here at the top, and it's all in capitals, and it's got these little parentheses around it, and inside the parentheses are the numbers that we want to add together. So you just go over here, anywhere in these boxes right here, you can do all three of these little boxes and it does the same thing. So we're going to click once here, and then we're going to hit the shift button and click the last one. And what that does is it gets a range, and then don't do anything else, just hit return, and it automatically adds it together for you. And that should be the amount that's on your deposit slip. So then what we want to do is it's going to go from the receipts out to the checking in column. So we're going to move over and move up one, and to do the same thing, to be automatically updated so we don't just type the number in, all you have to do is equal and then select the box beside it and hit return, and it automatically updates. So if you change something over here, then these numbers automatically update. Alright, and so basically we just go through the rest of these, which I only have one more set of deposits, so we'll do that just for practice. So we've got 3 on 321. So we got 321, and if you want, you can click on this and you can do copy, and then go down arrow, paste, paste, and do it that way as well. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it. So do 324, 324 for the next date. The next date is 328, 328, 328. And our last slip is 331. And we'll do copy, paste, paste. And our deposit, paste. Alright, so we want to go back up here and we want to put our numbers in for this batch. So that's 82. Oops, that's not right. So you don't want to do that. Obviously you have to put in the deals first. So we want Worldwide Work, Kingdom Hall Fund, Congregation Boxes. And then we'll do put the numbers in for that. So that's 82, 20, and 105. And then the next slip is Worldwide Work and Congregation Boxes, and that is 20 and 140. And then the next one is the same things again, the Worldwide Work, Congregation Boxes, or the Kingdom Hall Fund and the Congregation Boxes. And that's a 10, a 10, and a 40. And then the 331 is 3 of them, but they're different. So you got the Worldwide Work, Congregation Boxes, and for the insurance, we have a special deal for the where is it? Well, actually, we can just put you can put contribution special, and it just goes into the congregation fund, which is a C, and that's fine. So I had one marked as insurance on one of my last ones, and that helped a little bit if you've got a special fund just for your insurance. Alright, so we've got all of these, so obviously the last one is going to be contributions to the checking account. And then again, we want to do equals S, and we want sum. On Open Office, if you type in equals S, it automatically, and you hit enter, it'll do sum, but on this one you have to select it. So we want to select with our click it, left click, shift, left click, enter. And then of course again over here, equals, select our box, equal or enter, and so that's that.